Good day, everyone. For today's lesson, I will discuss about cognition and cognitive learning theories. So before that, let me tell you our objectives for today's lesson. Objectives. Number 1, to describe and discuss the cognition and cognitive control learning theories. Number 2, to develop the cognition and cognitive control learning theories. Number 3, to learners come with knowledge, skills, and related experiences to the learning situation. So, what is cognitive learning? Cognitive learning is an active style of learning and focuses on helping you learn how to maximize your brain potential. It makes it easier for you to connect new information with existing ideas, hence deepening your memory and retention capacity. The ability of the brain's mental processes to absorb and retain information through experiences, senses, and thought is known as cognition. Cognitive learning theory explains why the brain is the most incredible network of information processing and interpretation in body as we learn things. We all know that brain and spinal cord is connected to each other. According to Armrod 2008, cognitive learning theories are based on how people think. So that's according to Armrod. Cognitivism defines cognition can be defined as the act or process of knowing in the broadest sense, especially an intellectual processes by which knowledge is gained from perception or ideas. According to Webster's dictionary, cognition is also an act of process of cognition includes attention. So cognition, it needs attention, perception, memory, reasoning, judgment, imagining, thinking, and speech. Today, cognitive learning theory is dominant in psychology. It is broken down into two categories. First is social cognitive theory. This theory helps us understand how people are influenced and their influence in the environment. One of the major components of social cognitive theory is observational learning. So the major components of social cognitive theory is observational learning. It is the process of learning others' desirable and undesirable behavior through observation. It is a quick way of acquiring information when you individually take action. A person who demonstrates behavior for another person is known as a model.
Good day everyone. For today I discuss Jean Piaget theory. Constructed models of a child. Development in the learning process. Identified 4 developmental stages in the cognitive process associated with each of them. Developmental stage. Sensory motor. Understands his environment through the basic sense. Intuitive. Pre-operational. Thoughts more flexible. Memory and imagination begin to play a part in learning. Capable of more creativity. Concrete operational. Can go beyond the basic information given, but still dependent on concrete material and example to support reasoning. Formal operational. Abstract reasoning becomes increasingly possible. Accommodation. Accommodation, the process by which of modify and what we already know to take into account the new information. Assimilation, the process by which new knowledge is changed, modified, merged in our minds to fit into what we already know. Equilibration, the balance between what is known and what is currently being processed, mastery of the new material. Implications for the classroom. Learning is the process of relating new information with what was previously learned. Learning is cumulative. Implications. Learners should be assigned tasks that are age and stage appropriate. Benjamin Bloom. Bloom's taxonomy identifies and describes in hierarchical order the cognitive processes involved in learning. Implication for teaching. Use verbs aligned to the taxonomy to plan lessons that would ensure that learners' cognitive skills develop from lots to hots. Revised taxonomy. The original taxonomy has now been revised to make provision for the new knowledge and skills that now exist as a result of integration of Web 2.0 tools in teaching. Jerome Brunner. Focused development of conceptual understanding, cognitive skills, and learning strategies, rather than the acquisition of knowledge. Teaching approach. Learners should be encouraged to discover solutions via appropriate tasks which require the application of relevant critical thinking skills. Modes of thinking. Extend aspects of Piaget's theory. He identified 3 ways in which learners process information. Enactive level. Learning takes place via direct manipulation of objects and materials. Iconic level. Objects are represented by visual image and are recognized for what they represent. Symbolic level. Learning can take place using symbols, objects, and mental image. Language is used to represent thoughts and experience. Implication for teaching. Providing opportunity for learners to actively engage in making sense of the language input through meaningful tasks. Providing opportunities for learners to develop the ability to analyze the language, make generalization about rules, take risks in trying out the language, and to learn from errors. Capturing from interaction of learner with curriculum material in the learning environment, catering from the 3 modes of thinking. Brunner. The spiral process. The cumulative nature of learning requires frequent opportunities for reviewing previously learned material even as new material is introduced. David Fall Osabel. Focus. Stress the importance of active mental participation in meaningful learning tasks. Learning must be meaningful to be effective and permanent. Made in distinction between meaningful learning and rote learning. Meaningful learning, relatable to what one already knows so it can be easily integrated in one's existing cognitive structure. Rote learning, the material to be learned is not integrated, subsumed into existing cognitive structure but learned as isolated pieces of information. Implication for classroom. Teacher us to enhance the meaningfulness of new material to increase the chance of its being anchored to what is already known. New material must be organized to be easily relatable to what is already known. New material must be appropriately sequenced to facilitate integration. Use advanced organizers. This facilitate the learning process by providing ideas to which the new knowledge can be attached. Advanced organizers. Introductory material presented in advance of the new material. Information that activates relevant background knowledge. Material that orients learners to the subject matter and relates new learning to what is already known. Can take the form textual, material pictures, titles, topics, summaries, questions. Attention should be given to the need to the organize and structure meaningful learning activities. The requirements of the task must be appropriate to the developmental stage. Piaget, Brunner. And allow for the development of HOTS. Bloom, moving from lots to HOTS.
In conclusion, cognitive learning theories hold a unique place in history. They explore the captivating depths of the mind from the perspective of process. According to these theories, one ability to learn stems from the way one perceives, organizes, stores, and retrieves information. Cognitive approaches can be applied to any discipline. Primary emphasis involve problem solving and the facilitation of storage and retrieval of information for application. The ongoing study and enhancement of these processes can only benefit our ability to learn more efficiently and effectively.